Startups Weekly: Why some fintech companies aren't blinking at customer acquisition costs. Editor's note: welcome to our weekly review of news that startups can use from across TechCrunch and TechCrunch. If you want this post by email, just subscribe here. Why some fintech startups aren't blinking at customer acquisition costs. Distribution channels are getting saturated across the internet and beyond, and in many tech sectors the cost of acquiring new customers is crimping profitability. But so far, so good in the great credit card craze, as Alex digs into this week for TechCrunch. It turns out that the remaining revenue possibilities combined with the current revenues from interchange fees mean costs are staying relatively flat, or so say a few well-placed execs. If anything, our customer numbers are massively accelerating despite cutting back on marketing spend, explains Brian Barnes of M1 Finance. And I do think that gets into how we positioned ourselves as a firm and what drives at the capital efficiency of how we've gotten to where we've gotten. Feast or famine in early stage funding. After Elizabeth Yin posted a popular Twitter thread last month about the bifurcation of fundraising outcomes in Silicon Valley these days, we caught up with the Hustle Fund co-founder to talk more. I'm seeing companies at the Series A and Series B stages with 30% MOM growth that were popular before now struggle to raise their next rounds because they are not profitable, she writes in a guest column on TechCrunch. The feedback they receive is to come back when you're profitable or really close to it. She also noted that even though it does seem like there is a lot of money available, much of that is going to repeat entrepreneurs and/or companies with lots of growth and profitability in the numbers. In a companion interview with Alex Wilhelm for TechCrunch, she notes that, in the later stages, it is worthwhile to move to San Francisco because as you're growing your company, there are a lot more people in San Francisco who have built high-growth companies before. There's a lot of knowledge that I think is still insider knowledge in San Francisco itself. But at the earlier stages, I don't think that that's necessary. Y Combinator publishes big new series around guide. Speaking of raising these days, this new guide could help. Connie Lazos caught up with co-author and YC partner Aaron Harris in an interview for TechCrunch. Here's one example he provides about the nuance it covers. We explain how to work through a diligence request by an investor. Someone might say, "Hey, can you give me a month-by-month breakdown of major customers?" And we've seen founders give them a full list of their customers, then the VC calls them, and if the customer is having a bad day or the VC reaches the wrong person, that bad ref. For more on this story, visit the news article link.